who was to become a legend, Bob Stokoe.
Well, what's it feel like to be back here in the northeast, and particularly at Sunderland?
Well, I'm very thrilled about it, George, really. I've been quite excited the last couple of weeks while all the speculation's been going on, and when it was clinched last, it's the sort of end of an 11-year dream, really, because as I left as a player, I always sort of vowed that I would come back as a manager one day to the northeast, and it's the first part of the fulfillment anyway. Never kidded anyone at any time that it was my ambition to turn to the northeast as a manager. I played all my career here in front of the Geordie people who I've always loved, and now the opportunity has come, and that's the main reason. Whether it had been anywhere, whether it had been the bottom of the league, the top of the league, it was just a question that I'm back home again and looking forward to it.
A new spirit came into the side and they shot up the table, finishing 6th. But the real fairy tale was in the FA Cup. Yet in the third round, only a late equaliser by Dave Watson at Notts County prevented an early exit. They won the replay only to face another 2-game cliffhanger against Reading. Sunderland had been lacking a good centre-forward, but the arrival of Vic Hallam in the February solved that problem. The 5th round saw Sunderland meet the Cup favourites Manchester City at Main Road.
This is the danger man. Doyle, pull back for Towers, good shot! What a goal! Fine goal by Towers. And that's a bad kick, gone straight to Horswell. Yes! Stewart playing it for Hughes, who is onside. Corrigan has come out and is in danger here. Yes! Bell on a run into the goal mouth. And it's gone in off the goalkeeper. An own goal. Jimmy Montgomery's face said it all, but it was a very good corner from Summerby. Stewart coming to help him and making a gap for Porterfield. Couldn't find room for a shot, nor can Horswell. This is Kerr. That's a good ball. And it's gone in! Tremendous shot. Coming across the box. Horswell can't find room for a shot. Kerr picks it up and tucks it out there to where Hallam had been waiting, and it's an absolute peach of a ball in off the far post. Short for him. Back out to Kerr. Hughes still trying to find a way through and succeeding! What a superb goal by Hughes! Sunderland are clearly going to make this some game. Hughes really didn't look as though he had a chance after the first shot had bounced out. Very skillfully found the space and hammered it past Corrigan. They just cannot find room. There are no gaps. Donachie running on. And tremendous defensive work by Stewart. And there's Bell. Or was it Marsh? It was Marsh's shot. The ball deflected into his path and cleared. Marsh really thought he'd been given one then. Doyle. Towers. Doyle again. Bell waiting at the back of the box. That's the pass aimed for his head. There's the nod down and Lee going in. Got it. Well-worked move brings Manchester City back into the game. 6 minutes into the second half. Hallam barged off it by Bell. 2 men in the middle waiting for the cross. Lee! Well saved by Montgomery. Lee really thought he'd done it then. But Montgomery got his legs to it. Spread himself. Porterfield, Malone, and plenty of Sunderland players prepared to join the break. Flicked on well for Stewart. And put in. Hughes has done it. 3-1. Stewart going over to join the congratulations. It was his shot. The ball pushed through very nicely indeed for Stewart. A good shot that the goalkeeper half stopped. Kerr might have done it, but Hughes was there and gets his second goal of the game to make it 3-1. Stewart, the man who made the cross.
After that great victory, it was almost an anti-climax to meet sixth-round opponents Luton Town. Over 53,000 spectators turned out at Roker to see the 2-0 victory that took the club into the semi-finals for the first time since 1956, and the players were delighted at the draw.
Number 4, Chelsea or Arsenal. Number 2 will play Sunderland.
Arsenal, who'd appeared in the last 2 cup finals and going for a record third, were now firm favourites to win the competition. But Sunderland had other ideas.
Here is Horswell now. Ball had left him for a moment and Kelly had to react quickly. Sunderland's throw. And again, all the Sunderland supporters behind that Arsenal goal, giving their team all the encouragement. Horswell again, and a shot! Oh, and a wonderful save by Wilson from Mickey Horswell. Story ducking low to try and backhead it. Horswell. Lockley touching back, and will he go far enough? No! Hallam! A goal! Lockley's mistake. Wilson came out. And Sunderland, surprising everybody, have gone into the lead through Hallam. Rice with the free kick. Lockley right up there to try and make amends, and Horswell kicking off the line, and Armstrong going in, and Porterfield getting it away to Stewart. McNabb. Malone. George, ball. Armstrong, a chance. No, it won't come yet. Maybe it will now. Oh, and it went against the post and behind. Story. But Horswell again there for Sunderland. And Hallam is first on the break. Still Hallam. And still Hallam. Oh, and a great save by Wilson. And Wilson is furious with that defence around him. Hallam always had the edge on Blockley, and the ball bounced nicely for him. And in all honesty, he should have made that number 2. Hughes. And Kerr. A deep cross again towards Stewart on the far side. And Hallam! Oh, and kicked away by McNabb. And Hallam almost got through again. Armstrong then with Arsenal's corner. Floated high, Richie Pitt getting it away. Kennedy, turn back again. Armstrong will gather this one. Hit low, deflection! Oh, and Ball tried to turn it in. And a great reflex save by Montgomery. The shot by Armstrong was deflected by a defender, and Montgomery changed direction magnificently there, and then beat off the challenge by Ball. And Sunderland with another throw. Stewart coming hard towards it, and it's there! Billy Hughes with the header, and Wilson could only put it into his own goal. And now the task for Arsenal is enormous. Hughes with a delicate back header, and Wilson could only help it on its way. Simpson. Oh, Kennedy and Charlie George! Yes! Charlie George! Well, that really does give this tremendous semi-final a magnificent last 5 minutes as that ball came across. First one had a go at it, then it came through to Charlie George, left foot. Montgomery just got a hand to it, but couldn't stop it crossing the line as Wilson takes the goal kick. And Sunderland, since the arrival of Bob Stokoe in November, and they've lost only 2 games since then, have still got to hold out as Radford crosses it once more, and again Montgomery went in, and it's a corner for Arsenal, and really there are just seconds left now. and it's all over. There aren't enough seconds, and Sunderland are through to Wembley. The side that has lived of late on the rising passions of North East football have given the North East what they've so dearly wanted, and the Sunderland fans are going crazy, and the photographers in their hundreds are surrounding Bob Stokoe in that Sunderland bench, the man who has revitalised and transformed football in the North East. Sunderland, the deserved winners of this semi-final. Arsenal 1, Sunderland 2, and the hugs are for manager Bob Stokoe. A man really who has performed a miracle at Sunderland. Goals by Hallam and by Hughes.
So it was on May the 5th, 1973 that Cup fever hit Sunderland as their team set off for Wembley and a final against First Division Leeds United.
Wembley bound now.
Wembley bound, Paul, yep.
So this is what we would say a very unique day. The fact that people have been prepared to alter their wedding arrangements for the football final has taken us by surprise. And we're having a very, very quiet day here in the Register office in Sunderland.
Well, we're going for a drink now, and then after that, the girls will be going back to the bride's house, and then we'll be at the club to say the match.
So the men will be on their own?
Oh, definitely this afternoon. The girls have to find their own pleasures.
Oh, yes, I'm going to see Jimmy, my son-in-law. He's Sunderland goalkeeper.
Think he's going to keep them out?
Oh, yes, he'll keep them out. He will, he'll do that.
Are you thinking of a score? Do you think you're going to forecast a score?
Well, I said 1-0.
Hallam's got away from Madeley there, all right, and he's got Porterfield down the left. Stewart inside, calling for it from Porterfield. Hallam slips over, and a great shot there by Billy Hughes. Took it well on the run, and was just a couple of yards too high. Coming up to a quarter of an hour gone, and absolutely nothing to choose by the inside so far. Guthrie again. Reaney nodding that one away, but only as far as Horswell! Oh, and that was a fraction wide. There was a deflection after Horswell had hit it. Giles, long sweeping ball again towards Alan Clark. Malone challenging hard. Bremner, a touch off for Lorimer. Now, is this Lorimer's chance? This must be Lorimer's chance. Crossed there towards Mick Jones. Oh, and a beautiful header away by Malone. Crossed again and passed. Hughes, moving just a little easier now. And now it's with Kerr. And that must be Harvey's, but he's under a lot of pressure. So Harvey tipping that one over. A corner to Sunderland. And Hughes is going to take it. He really is, I'm sure, to the vast relief of the North East, moving a lot more freely now. A deep one again. Watson is right in there. So too is Hallam. And Porterfield! Oh, Porterfield has scored! And Sunderland, the underdogs, are in the lead. Bremner was closing very quickly, but not quickly enough. But Cherry taking possession and finding Madeley. And there's room ahead now for Madeley to begin one of those runs. Reaney away on the right for him, but here's Clark in a lot of space, and Clark denied at the very last by Dave Watson. As the whistle goes for half-time. A really sensational first half that saw Sunderland struggling for periods, but scoring the only goal of the first half through Ian Porterfield. Watson, that magnificent defender, with a magnificent free kick. And now Hughes, will he do something with this one? But Stewart let one go there. Porterfield again, that time with the left foot. Guthrie lining one up. And it just went into the side netting. when half the crowd at Wembley thought it was number 2.
What a moment from behind the goal. Look at that. One shot after the other. And finally, there it is, just into the side netting.
Hunter now to Giles. And now for Jones. Can he turn it and let one go? Back this time for Reaney as Sunderland crowd them out. Reaney, the high one in, and Cherry going in, and a great save, and a goal. No! My goodness, I thought Lorimer got that one. And Leeds are trying to say that the ball had crossed the line.
Well, we better look at it now because this is very vital. I must say it looked as if the ball had hit the stanchion at the back. Let's look closely. We can look at it now from behind the goal, as it turns out to be an incredible miss. There it is, Lorimer coming in. Oh, in fact, it wasn't. What a save. In fact, that was a fantastic save from Montgomery.
Giles with the free kick, floated again on that far side. Pitt getting ahead to it. Madeley, who has been brilliant, dinking it back once more, and Horswell couldn't lift himself to it. Bremner now. Bremner, a good cross, and Madeley again turning it back. That was another good piece of play by Madeley, but it was Pitt who got it away. 3 minutes now to go. Yoroth on the far side. And again, Jimmy Montgomery there for Sunderland. Hallam and Reaney. Hallam just lifting it over Reaney, and he can't really run after it, but he's saying that'll take Leeds a few more seconds to get it back. The crowd are lifting this stadium still more. There's Hallam, a man who's given just about everything he can give, as indeed all the Sunderland players have, and Leeds are still coming for them. Giles with Reaney again making one of those good-looking runs on the right. Another cross. And again, that man Watson is there, and it's with Hallam. 3-4 of Sunderland against 2 of Leeds. And Tuart now, and if he plays it across, he's got Kerr unmarked, but Madeley, as ever, is back. But Madeley loses it to Kerr, and Tuart is coming in again. And now his side foot there for Hallam, and Hallam again. And a tremendous save by Harvey, and Hallam can't believe it. Tuart now for Sunderland, a deep cross. Hallam on the far side, but Madeley is there for Leeds United. On my watch, 1.5 minutes to go. Lorimer taking it up again for Leeds. Giles. Sunderland are so tired now. Bob Stoker was saying, my men are going to go out there and they're going to run until they drop, and Sunderland are almost at dropping point. Clark, but Pitt again, a brave challenge in there. Horswell tucked off nicely there by Tuart for Bobby Kerr. Back for Tuart again, and only Madeley is back. Hunter bravely trying to get back. We're inside the last minute. And it's a throw to Sunderland, and that's going to take a few more seconds. Stokoe now on the edge of his seat. And still those seconds are dragging on that Sunderland bench. Bobby Kerr, the captain, waiting for the throw for Sunderland. Are Sunderland going to be the first second division side since 1931 to win the cup? One of the greatest upheavals of all time if they do. Giles onto his chest. There's very little injury time, and we're in the last half minute. Clark, and a good challenge there, and a strong one by Guthrie. That'll take a few more seconds. The referee looking hard at the watch again. The bench are telling everybody in the Sunderland side to get back. Pitt, who has been magnificent, gets it away. It's with Hunter. Again, that referee has looked at his watch. Lorimer turning it on towards Jones, and that time Watson. Yoroth back again. Malone is away. And now it falls for Tuart, and they can hardly raise a gallop, except, of course, Kerr. Tuart once more. We're in injury time at the end of the game. And a free kick goes to Sunderland, and it could well be that the seconds that takes will be all that matter. Hughes. And that's behind for another goal kick. Harvey wants to take it quickly. We have played 35 seconds of injury time. And Guthrie planting that one where it's safe, up in the Leeds half of the field. Giles. Bob Stokoe doesn't know how to contain himself on the bench. He's had a blanket over his knees and off his knees about 4 times in the last half minute. Malone taking it up again. Well, he's found a bit more energy. Hughes and the referee looking at the watch again. Horswill. We have got one of the biggest upheavals of all time at Wembley. It seemed, the experts said, that there was no way that Sunderland could win, except that it looks as though they're going to. Stewart now to Kerr. A nice little dink on again for Hughes. Kerr again. And that's going to put Harvey under pressure. And no, it's not given. It's a foul by Hallam on Harvey. He has now played nearly 2 minutes of injury time, and again the bench is urging everybody to go back, and Sunderland have done it! Stokoe can't believe it, but Sunderland from the 2nd division. Where's he going? Bob Stokoe to Jimmy Montgomery, the goalkeeper who's punching and saving, saved the day for Sunderland. The most surprising result that Wembley has probably seen in its 50 years of FA Cup finals. Porterfield, the man who scored it, and Watson, the man who stopped Leeds United from getting an equaliser. The unbelievable has happened at Wembley. And Bobby Kerr being held by Bob Stokoe. Kerr, who ran and found energy to run some more. A tremendous result this for Sunderland, and with due deference to Leeds United, a tremendous result for football as well.
When I was a boy, I think about 14, Don Revie fixed me up with a trial with Leeds. I was there for, as I say, a month, and I came back home. And it was just fitting that Sunderland meet Leeds in the final, and you know, I stick the one in that wins the cup.
It was a very good corner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great corner from Billy Hughes here, and Dave Watson got it great here. The ball gets knocked down, and as you see, I've got time to...
Surprising how much time you did have for it, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. My control was good now. I mean,
and that right foot shot was impeccable.
I felt great at that moment.
Tell us exactly how it felt. What were the fellas saying?
Well, I can't remember much about it. You know, when I scored, it's the first time I've ever felt emotion in my life. I'm not an emotional fella, but I could feel, you know, the tears sort of coming to my eyes. And Billy Hughes says, "Porter, you've scored, you've scored." And when he said that, I think I began to realise that I had scored.
Hurrah, the lads! Bob Stokoe, quite rightly, joining in that lap of honour with his players. That's what you call a tracksuit manager. And they came down in their thousands from the northeast. They came down with hope, and they go back with the cup.
And the homecoming was just as emotional, with thousands thronging the streets to pay homage to the cup winners.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated.
In January, the town of Sunderland gave both the club and Bob Stokoe the ultimate accolade when they gave them the freedom of the borough.
On behalf of the council and the townspeople, it is my pleasure to call upon Mr. Stokoe and Mr. Collins to sign the Freeman's Roll.
What are you doing again?
It is my pleasure to express congratulations to Mr. Robert Stokoe and Mr. Keith Collins as chairman of the Sunderland Association Football Club on their admission as honorary freeman of the County Borough of Sunderland. The honour which has been conferred upon the manager and club today is one which is carried for lifetime.
Mr. Mayor, Your Grace, Aldermen, Councillors, ladies and gentlemen, what do I say next? I've got my chairman on my left here who is going to follow me with a speech, and it's been made very, very clear to me that I mustn't step on his toes in any way at all. So already he's poor ranked on me. The one pleasing thing to start with, that I got 52 votes to the club's 51. I'm very proud to come here and accept the honorary freedom of the County Borough of Sunderland. It's a very, very proud moment for me.
Chiversley or more. We've got Bobby Kerr and Cole, now you just watch them score. We can fight Man City, Luton, Arsenal too. When we get to Wembley, we show them a trick or two. When he faces opposition, he feels 10 feet tall. If you go to Roker Park, you will see the skill of all the players playing when they crush the team 10-0. Sunderland will be in the first division, scoring goals in every game they play. Sunderland will be in the first division, they will be red flag all the way. Don't need your Revy, Nicholson or me. We've got Bobby Stokoe, who plans ahead and schemes. He just works us harder and harder every day. So we make a better team in every game we play. Sunderland will be in the first division, scoring goals in every game they play.